Welcome to this edition of Trading Bits and Bytes. I'm Susan Littlefield. We're going to take a look at a variety of different things, including this planting progress that really has clipped along, I think, faster than what we've seen in the last couple of years. Add to it, are we really going to see that corn versus bean acre dispute going on? And the summer driving season will be upon us, or will it? And we'll wrap everything up as we take a look at this cattle market of late as PJ Conradt joins us this week with Tredas. And PJ, let's start out. Planting progress, it has definitely clipped along at a faster pace than what we've seen in years.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the one bright spot here moving forward, has been the planting progress and how well this crop has went in early on. So I think we all got to be happy about that. And talking to guys, obviously, you can tell they're thrilled to be able to get out there and do some of the things that they enjoy doing, which is typically planting. So even though our prices aren't good, we got good planting conditions. And you look back at the last 6 years, they're estimating 50% planted on May 3rd, which is Monday. And you go back, I think 2015, 17, and 16 were the last times we've been above 50%. And so those are all good years from the standpoint that we've seen rallies in those years and we've had some retracement. We're in a different environment this year. But the one thing all those years have in common is we've hit trend line yields or higher. So that being said, it's like if we're going to hit trend line yields, that's only going to add to our longer term corn problem. But we got to take the good with the bad, especially with last year, as hard as that was. This is one stress that's off their plate and not wondering if they can get it planted. It's how fast can we get it planted now?
Well, seeing that we've had such a fast clip already to the planting season across the Midwest, are we going to see any of that bean versus corn acre dispute taking place?
I think you're going to see some of it, but not to the degree we would need to see the ending stocks come down on corn. You look at where beans were at, say, 8 days ago. We put in a new low on no beans at 831. So if you were making planting decisions, then you're strictly doing it off, cost of the crop at that point, not maybe what is actually priced on the board. So you look at some of that and you think, okay, well, corn, there's some government programs in place that are providing a floor for guys on a certain amount of bushels. So that all happening, I don't think you're going to see near the change as maybe what you would hope or anticipate in this type of market or this type of carry-out potential that we have on corn. But at the end of the day, America loves to grow corn, and we're good at it. And I think guys' confidence in growing corn versus beans is a lot higher on the corn side.
Well, we all want to enjoy the summer driving season, especially with as long as we've all been quarantined. But are we really going to see that driving take place, and what type of effect is that going to have on the ethanol market?
I was reading an article this morning from RJO, and it said 48% of summer driving has been canceled, or summer vacation. So even if we had a drug that can shorten this virus up and you'd feel maybe a little bit more confident about traveling, those decisions have been made. And anytime you have 30 million people in unemployment, you got a lot of people that don't have any financial ability to go travel, and if they do, they're not going to go as far as they typically do. No one's hopping on a plane to go to Disney World with their family this summer. So all that's going to factor in, but the longer some of these plants stay shut down, the more we can whittle into some of those stocks. So hopefully return to some sort of normality come next fall, and the confidence of the consumer traveling is going to be the biggest thing, not so much we just need the confidence to return currently.
Well, speaking of confidence, it really hasn't been there as of late with this cattle market. Are we going to see things start to improve for them?
It feels like, at least today was a good day. We were down, 50 cents there most of the day, and the last 30 minutes of trading or so, things took off, and August finally closed above that 92.70 level. It's been a resistance point. So if we can continue with some of that, maybe work our way above that 50-day moving average at 94.30, that gives way to the possibility of us returning to the mean of some of these moving averages on the August at 104 to 107. Now that seems like a long shot from here, but we can talk about the packer margins and all that till we're blue in the face, but hopefully in this time we can readjust some of the things in the cattle world and in the livestock world that longer term will be more beneficial, but there's no magic solution to what's going to happen in the next 30 days, and just a lot of horror stories out there that you hate to hear. But anytime we're up a couple and have the chance to keep adding to it, it just adds to positivity and hope of what things are going to bring in the future.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, PJ, for joining us this week.
Thank you, Susan.
PJ Conradt joining us this week with Tredas, and that is this week's edition of Trading Bits and Bytes. I'm Susan Littlefield.